Hey guys, Captain Dylan Hubbard here at Hubbard's Marina with a quick fishing and weather update for your weekend pleasure. This is our weekly email fishing report that we do every single week. Hopefully you guys are ready for a great weekend and some killer fishing. As we get excited, it is that time where we're looking forward to cool front season kicking off. Not really cold front, but cool front season. That's right. Our first pretty decent front is coming through Saturday night, and it's going to kick things off for us, and fish know it. The environment senses it, and we're excited because we're ready for a little bit of a cool down too. Days are getting a little shorter, fish are on the move, and there's a lot going on right now. So as far as the weather is concerned, right now we're expecting that little cool front there Saturday into Sunday. Gonna make Sunday a little bit more nautical, but not too bad. It's kind of a mild front, and it's gonna start calming down pretty much Sunday night. So not really a long extended period of north wind, so it shouldn't affect the fishing too much negatively behind the front, but it definitely will get the fish moving. They should bite pretty darn good for us ahead of the front as the front is approaching. Then once the front goes through, the weather kind of goes a little bit more adverse there Sunday. It might pause a little bit Sunday, and then it's going to pick back up. Early work week fishing should be really good, so we should have a great opportunity to take advantage of that really good cold front weather there ahead of the front, and then right behind it there early work week. So if you can, take advantage of that and time your trip around these fronts, because fishing is always best right ahead of a front, right before it moves through, and then behind a front. Once the wind and weather calms down, it's immediately good fishing offshore. Near shore, you have to wait for that wind to calm down, water to calm down, and then also the water to clear up a little bit. Inshore, you just want things to calm down a little bit and normalize. Once those variables start getting back to normal, the fishing is normally really good because those fish haven't had the opportunity to be feeding really actively and super moving around, right? So during a big storm, when it gets kind of rough and nasty, the fish seek shelter just like you and I would seek shelter during a storm. So they kind of hunker down and don't feed as much. But as that storm's coming, just like you go to the Publix and you get all the toilet paper and water and hurricane supplies, so do the fish. They sense that storm's coming in, and they go out there and eat really, really actively as that storm approaches. So it's the same kind of deal that happens out there in the water. So take advantage of that this whole wintertime season. Know as those cold fronts are approaching, fishing is at its peak, at its best. And then behind the front, you got to let things normalize again before they venture out and kind of peek their head out of the shelter and start eating again. Inshore, right now, really focused on those redfish. We're seeing a lot of redfish around the area. It's kind of peak redfish time. The sheep's head are coming back really strong around virtually every dock, pier, bridge, jetty, rock pile. It doesn't matter. We're seeing a lot of the mangrove snappers still persisting from the summertime patterns, but they're starting to rescend a little bit. Bigger mangroves swim near shore. The smaller mangroves push back into the mangroves and back bay waters until they can get a little bit bigger. Then also we're seeing some good snook action, but a lot of them are moving off the beach, out of the pass and into the back bays, staging up more around those mangrove islands and grass flats more than anything. Then we're seeing some of the flounder push out, hanging out around the pass and beaches as they make their way near shore to spawn here probably mid to late November. We see a lot of that start to happen pretty heavily. Still got some pompano around, still got some late season tarpon, triple tail are starting to show up. A lot of jack crevalle moving through the area, some nice mackerels showing up in near shore waters even, inshore waters, but then near shore mackerel are really thick. This is the exciting news near shore right now. Our near shore kingfish and mackerel run, we are on the doorstep of it, and it's only going to get better and better from here. There's a lot of bait around. We're seeing a lot of mackerel while trolling on the ride out right now, and it's a good time to get plenty of mackerel near shore. We're only a week or two away, and the kingfish will be here too. Typically they follow those full moons, So in about 2.5 weeks, we'll have a full moon, and I bet those kingfish start showing up in force. There's already been a few small kingfish caught around the area, so that should only get better and better and better and more consistent as well. We're hoping for a good kingfish run here in this fall. The last 2 years, the kingfish fall run has been kind of weak around the area, so we're hoping for a good one this year. Also near shore, some nice hogfish action. We're seeing a lot of lane snapper, big mangroves. Then offshore right now, really focused on those gags. Gag grouper season, unfortunately, is going to be closing October 19th. So October 18th is the last day to get them, because they close October 19th at 12:01 a.m. So get out there and take advantage of that. Catch your gag grouper before they close on October 19th at 12:01 a.m., making October 18th the last day to get them. And we've got a lot of added 12-hour extreme trips and 39-hour trips in there to take advantage of that. October 8th, we've got a super light load on a Sunday 39-hour. October 15th, we've got a super light load on a Sunday 39-hour. We've got some Tuesday 39-hour trips with lighter loads too. Fridays even are not sold out. They're not lighter loads, but they're not sold out either. So great opportunities, plenty of room to take advantage of that last minute gag grouper bite. And then of course the 12-hour extreme trip, we've added like 3 or 4 of them. So there's some plenty of opportunities, plenty of room on those trips too. Then also, of course, our day trips as well. So get out there and catch your gag grouper on a private charter or one of those long range adventures before gags close for the year. But once gag grouper do close, we've got plenty of mangrove snapper to catch. We're seeing a lot of yellowtails. The mutton snapper are still really surprisingly active. We're seeing a lot of vermilions, porgies, almacos, lots of fish to be caught, plus plenty of trigger fish, plenty of other heads and tails too. The pelagic action should get better as we have more room to target them. So great opportunities inshore, nearshore, and offshore. Lighter loads, not a lot of people around, beautiful weather between these fronts, and great opportunities to get out there on the water, have some fun, and catch some fish. Come find out why we're the #1 fishing charter in the entire country. Come see us and find out why. Join us tomorrow, October 7th there at Off the Hook event over at Safety Harbor Marina Park. I'm going to be speaking at 11 a.m. at the Off the Hook event Saturday over at Safety Harbor Marina Park. Then October 15th at 2 p.m. we're going to be over there at Bartow Ford. So we hope to see you at Bartow Ford. Excuse me, not Bartow Ford, Bass Pro Shops. October 15th at 2 p.m. We already spoke at Bartow Ford. So October 15th at 2 p.m. at Bass Pro Shops. We'll see you guys there. And then also we've got always our Sunday night live stream show at 7:30 p.m. We've got our Saturday morning Real Animals radio show every Saturday morning from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. And hopefully we'll see you out here on the water. Don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy. Thanks for watching, y'all. Have a great weekend.